Alright, welcome back to another WPF video. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. And today we're going to talk about property triggers in WPF. I don't think I've covered this topic. I think it could be pretty useful for some of you if you're looking to add this functionality to your app. And I found this on the tutorials point WPF tutorial. I was trying to think of some new video ideas. I've been wanting to do a little bit more of WPF stuff. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, let's get closer to 1,000 subscribers, and don't forget to hit subscribe. That way we can get closer. And I really do appreciate all of you that have subscribed in the last 28 days. This is crazy, almost 100 subscribers in the last 28 days. And today we're going to continue on from my application that I showed when you click on an image and it plays a sound. And if you haven't seen that, it should be the video before this one, so go check that out. And basically what we did in that is when I click on a particular image, it will play a particular sound in the background. And so these are two movies, and I click on the movie image and it'll play a sound clip from that movie. So get yourself a cup of coffee and let's get into this. So I changed one thing between the last video and this, and that is I added a label up here to kind of make a title. And this is not maybe the best example of how to do this, but it should give you the basic foundation on how to use these style triggers and basically do what you need to do with them with other elements. And just so you know, what a style trigger is when I do something to an element, I may want the style to change. So for instance, what we're going to do is when I hover over this label, I want the background color to change. Why? I don't know. Like I said, it's probably not the best example, but you could probably think of your own scenarios in your application why you would want to do something like that. It doesn't have to be just hover. It can be any kind of event. But that's what we're going to do in this one. So the first thing what we want to do is we want to define the style for this label up here. So what I'm going to do is right under our window, or right inside of our window element, I'm going to define some window.resources. And then inside of that, I'm going to define a style. And for the style, we need to say, okay, what kind of key are we giving this? And this can be any arbitrary name. So we're going to call this the trigger style. Okay, and then what kind of element are we applying this style onto? In our case, it's going to be a label, because that's what this element right here is. It's a label. So we got to make sure that the target type follows suit. And then we might want to give it a default value for the background. So instead of just white, maybe whenever the cursor is not hovered over this label, I want it to be gray, for instance. So let's give it a setter, and we can say property background. So the background of this label, and the value is going to be, is there a gray? Yep. Okay, and now we can add some style triggers, and in this case I'm just going to put one trigger, but you can have multiple. So let's add a trigger, and now we have to define the property of this trigger. So is mouse over is going to be our property, and the value is going to be true. So whenever the mouse is hovered over this label, that would be true. Therefore it will go ahead and apply whatever setter we put inside of this trigger. In our case, whoops, don't know what happened there. Let's add a setter here. And same thing, property is background, and then instead of gray, we're going to give it a value of aqua. And then we could do a is mouse over value is equal to false. We could set the background to gray, but that would be the same thing as just applying it up here. It would be doing the exact same thing. So now our style is set up. The last thing that we need to do is we need to apply that style to this label. We need to let this label know that it is supposed to use this style. So we can say the style of this label is going to be equal to a static resource and then the name or the key that we gave this style. So in our case, it's going to be, and you could see it come up in IntelliSense, I just didn't click on it. It's going to be this trigger style. And now you can see that the background turns to gray because it applied this style to this label. And let's go ahead and run this and make sure when we hover over this, it does turn aqua. So there you go, it turns aqua. Let's add another trigger just for fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this whole trigger because it's going to be basically the same. It's going to be is mouse over value is equal to true. And now property is going to be cursor, and then the value is going to be hand, meaning whenever I hover over it, it's no longer going to be this arrow, it's going to be the hand. So let's try that. And here we go, it turns aqua and it now has the hand as the cursor. So that's how you can apply multiple triggers, and you can apply it to more, like I said, than just a label. This probably isn't the thing that you might use it on. You might use it on a button. Like if I hover over this button, maybe the button will change background colors. Or maybe when I click on this thing, it changes color. Who knows? You can have fun with it. And I just thought I'd share this with you and how to apply these style triggers and define them, and then also add them to different elements in your WPF application. So thanks so much for watching. It's probably been a short video, but hopefully it's been informative, and I hope to see you in future videos.